Hi, I'm making this video, pardon me. I briefly messaged Lyndy like on a comment section, and I told her, I said, this is stupid. Like, we don't even know each other, you know, and this like fighting and all this stupid stuff. Let me backtrack. You could choose to believe me or not believe me. I was on YouTube 2010, and I had another channel. I don't even want to give the name. I had like 350 subscribers. It was like a girly type channel. And this is before they had streaming and affiliate sales. And there was like a little tight-knit group of women that were very supportive of each other and uplifting. And at some point, it might have been during the virus. I can't really say for sure. But something happened with that account where it didn't get nuked, but like I just couldn't log in. And I tried to address it, and they never corrected it. And so anyway, I had an old channel that I used to let one of my kids use, and he wasn't using it anymore. And so I used that at a certain point. And at certain points, I would just like look at YouTube without logging in. I think there was some time in between the other account being frozen and then me recovering the account that I let my son use. I don't really recall, but I just vaguely. So anyway, there was quite some time there where I kept telling Perry that I don't want you showing me on YouTube. And I remember, I moved to Tennessee September 15, 2015. And when I first moved there was a lot of parodies about Troy Reed of the Do-It-Yourself world and Elvis Travels, Nomadic Fanatic, I think Living Free Mikey, stuff like that. Oh, and Tony Mullins was a friend. We used to talk to him on the phone all the time. I even introduced him to a beautiful friend of mine because Tony was divorced. And I remember coming down the stairs in Tennessee and walking into the living room. And just as I was walking into the living room, Perry said, "Oh, there's this new guy on YouTube. He lives in a van. His name is Coates." And he started telling me about him and laughing. And at this point, I had it up to there. If you could see me, I would be gesturing to the top of my head. I said, I don't want to hear about it. I'm tired. I'm done with hearing about all these characters, whatever. I liked my own girly stuff. And I said, I just don't want to know about it, whatever. Just leave me out of it. We did know Tony, and so we would talk to him. But I was like, no, I'm just done with all this. It's not my cup of tea. And I did not want to be shown on YouTube because when I would comment, when there was the Do-It-Yourself world and Troy Reed, I got trolled and harassed so much. And I don't mean to bring other people into it, but Blue Waffles and Jesse Scott and a few other people would probably remember all of that. So anyway, for a couple of years, I said, no, you're not showing me. No one's going to know about me. Nothing. I didn't know anything about streaming, or it was like something I vaguely knew about but wasn't involved with, blah, blah, blah. Didn't want to know about it. And I didn't know about streaming or Boyd or anything. And I constantly, he kept nagging me, he wanted to show me, put me in, video. And I said, no, I just, no. And so, then finally, like during mid-virus, I don't know, it was around the time they had the vaccines. I said, okay. And so anyway, I didn't know anything about Boyd. I really didn't know anything. All I knew is what he told me. Him and another person, what they told me. I'm not mentioning the other person's name, but if you listen, you'll infer who it is. So I didn't really know anything. And Perry said, oh, it's a bunch of people. They call it bottom of YouTube, and they're funny people. They're funny. But I didn't know who any of these people were. And so he would like tell me things about, like, nothing bad, but like he would just describe different people. For instance, he told me, oh, you would love Holly Undead. She's from New York. Well, I don't dislike Holly, but just because she's from New York, does everybody from New York automatically love each other? No. And I remember saying, well, what's her channel about? And he said, well, she bitches about things. I said, what? I said, well, what does she bitch about? She bitches about everything. And I said, well, but I don't understand. Is it cooking? Is it... Because all I ever knew was content. I never knew there was a drama community or all these different communities. I really, that's all I knew. And so anyway, they described things to me. They told me about things. But I felt like I wasn't really getting, Now let me tell you something. Perry can be an asshole. He likes to laugh, and he likes to do parodies. And I do think that at times, he crosses a line. He has a different sense of humor than me. And honey, I don't mean to throw you under the bus.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm just being honest. Okay?
Yeah, I can't be an asshole.
All right, he has a different sense of humor than me. So anyway, and he's not malicious. He really isn't. He can be an asshole, but he's not malicious. They told me about Nicole. Now, I'm from New York, and I don't consider myself liberal. Probably like moderate in the middle. But compared to other parts of the country, I would be considered liberal. And I've been around a lot of African American people and different ethnicities and nationalities and everything. I grew up in Ozone Park, which is like more of a melting pot than any area in New York City or in the suburbs. So anyway, what I saw was a young black woman who had a developmental delay, and I thought she was struggling, and I thought that it would be nice to help her. And I didn't know much about anything, so I tried to, see what she was about. And I heard her talking on someone else's panel, on someone else's channel. I won't say who it is, but it was a man. And I don't think he was nice. It was not funny. He had her on a panel, and I felt like he was mocking her disability. He was saying, Nicole, if you ever got married and your husband broke his arms, would you wipe his butt after he took a sugar honey iced tea?
Yeah.
And he was saying all these things, and she was like answering it, but like I felt like he was not tormenting her, but like it really was to me like verging on abuse or abuse. It just really, I have a pretty crazy sense of humor myself, but I didn't like it. And when I heard that, I was like, this girl, this young woman, doesn't have a choice or an opportunity to get married, have children, to have the life that most of us can have. She doesn't have that choice. And on top of it, she is an African American woman. And this is coming, right after George Floyd and all of that. And it bothered me. And I didn't understand about the hierarchy with the Boyd. I didn't understand at all. And had I known, I would have asked him to do his parody differently. But when they did the Queen contest, I heard a little bit about Lyndy, and I had said to Perry, why don't you take scenes from the movie Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton and like do it like that and mix it in with Independence Day and have like other people be different queens. And I had suggested that he make Lyndy the Boyd Empress of the universe using Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra. Okay? Instead, he uses Mars attacks, which is not flattering. And I thought, well, it's just a parody, it's just a thing. And I think people got upset. It probably was disrespectful. At the time, I didn't know. And, I had questioned them, and they had told me, well, Holly got to be drama queen, and I saw her old, the show that they did where she won the drama queen contest, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it caused problems from the get-go. My intentions were good. And then after that, I started getting trolled, and pretty much at the beginning, I just ignored it. And then after a while, I was like, if these people are going to troll me, I'm going to throw it right back at them. And so if somebody initiated something that I thought was nasty to me, I kind of gave it back to them. I won't initiate for the most part. But if you start with me, or I see you talking crap about me, guess what? I could talk crap about you too. And I did that. I can't say that I'm sorry, but I just wish things would have started out differently. And so all this drama with, Lyndy and the Lyndy fans not liking me and da-da-da-da-da. Well, I just had a birthday recently. And other things, were coming into my mind too. Like, this country has so much fighting among fellow Americans. And you know that old saying, united we stand, divided we fall? All these people are fighting among themselves over what? Over what? Meanwhile, you have Russia and China sitting there like just waiting to jump right in. I don't mean to get all political, and all of this was swirling through my head. And then I was like, I saw the picture of Sailor, the cat, with the tongue sticking out, and I thought he was so dang cute. And I love my cats like crazy. And I thought, here's something we have in common. We love our cats. And I think I made some comment on her cat picture. And you know what? She was nice enough to comment back. And I said to her, we don't even know each other. We might not ever be friends online, but I want like a truce. Really, you know what? I don't want to get into anyone's business. Not really. I really want to like just do my own content. I want to do shorts. I want to do, a vlog. But I don't mean to judge. If people like Boyd and they want to do their thing, fine. I just prefer a different thing. I tried to please my boyfriend, and in doing so, and I'm not trying to throw him under the bus, but in trying to please him, I threw myself under the bus, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not. And I formed my own opinions about different people based on my experience, but I haven't done any kind of panel or hardly any chat or comment at all. There are a few people I do like to watch in the morning with coffee. And I decided that I just don't like how things have become. And I just don't want to be like a part of anything negative or toxic. I also want to say that I don't want to mention names, but I know there was someone recently that's probably not that popular, that it seemed like they were trying to come clean about things. And I really don't know them, and, I don't want to get into that, but I have to say that I give respect to anyone who's trying, who's at least trying, and I disparage the appearance of that person's relative because I got dragged on my appearance by that person and I thought they were the relative. You probably figured out who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name names. So then I made fun out of who I thought they were, but it really wasn't that person. So anyway, if you can figure it out, fine. If not, fine. That's not me. It's who you are on the inside that really counts. Yes, I like my makeup. Yes, I use a filter. And yes, I'm out there unfiltered. And I really don't care what certain people think or want to say. That's up to them. But I just wanted to, I really wish, Lyndy, that at the beginning, that you, I'm not like trying to blame you, you or someone else would have just asked me why I did what I did, because I would have told you. I'm from New York and I'm very direct. To me, after living in the South for a while, it's like being in a different country. The United States is so large and so diverse. The 50 different states might as well be 50 different countries with different cultures and manners and everything. And so I communicate differently. And I'm very direct, and I don't, um, I'm probably not charming at all, but I'm direct, and I'm pretty upfront. And some people like that and some people don't like it. But again, I'm just, I don't want to like keep this thing going. It's not healthy for me. So anyway, thank you. And I don't know if I'm going to upload this to my channel or send it to you. I don't know how I want to address it. Um, But I really don't want to get into any battles with anyone. Um, there are people in my life that have very serious problems. One of them I can't, well, not one of them, just about all of them I can't share at this point. But I did spend the whole day crying. Um, and to me, I need to focus my energy on things that are more urgent rather than, silly stuff on the internet. So I do wish everyone well. And I'll be honest with you, I probably will not be able to refrain from Coachy Baby. But other than that, there's still people I'm going to watch and maybe comment and everything, but I'm not like that into it, and I don't want to be really fighting with anybody. I really don't. The birthday and finding out about certain friends and family that are not doing well has really put an impact on my thought process. And, life is too short. So, anyway, everyone, have a great evening. Bye.